We'll have Kit Medina next from I Love a Clean San Diego, talking about what to do with Halloween pumpkins and other food scraps. So that's what's coming up next.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good out there. My name is Kit. I'm from I Love a Clean San Diego. I'm part of the education team. I got my friend Carla over here underneath our orange tent at our swap and shop. She is from our waste recovery team out here all day at our Ramona Sustainability. So thanks for having us so much. If you're not too familiar with I Love a Clean San Diego, tell you a little bit about what it is before I get into my presentation. I Love a Clean San Diego has been helping keep San Diego clean since 1954. So just a little over 65 years now. What we're most famously known for are those beach and inland cleanups out there picking up trash, litter, debris, all that good stuff. But we also offer referral recycling programs to members of San Diego County. So if you have an item that you're not sure can get recycled, such as motor oil, car batteries, metals, and plastics, we have the hookups to help you out. But we also offer a bunch of different presentations, especially on the education side. We offer webinars, zero waste workshops, adult and school presentations as well. If you want to check us out, stop by our booth more. We have some more information on our website, cleansd.org. Now, the great thing about San Diego, I love living here. I've been here my entire life. Hopefully everybody here loves living in San Diego County as well. But unfortunately, here in San Diego, we produce more waste per person per day than anywhere else in the United States. In fact, the average San Diegan produces 5.6 pounds of waste in a single day. Now, if we were to take that on an annual scale, just one person would produce 2,044 pounds of waste. That's the equivalent of a full-size giraffe. That's just one person. That's not taking all of Ramona, all of San Diego. So it really starts to add up over time. Now, there are plenty of ways that we can reduce that waste to make it not end up in our landfill. But here in San Diego, we have 3 major landfills: Otay, Sycamore, and the one that everyone's probably the most familiar with, the Miramar landfill. And it is huge. To put that into perspective, if you've ever been to the San Diego Zoo or the Safari Park, it is 15 times the size of the San Diego Zoo and the exact same size as the Safari Park, so it is very massive. But just like a massive landfill, perhaps your bathtub at home or a glass of water, everything has the capacity to fill up. And experts say that the Miramar landfill is expected to fill its capacity by the year 2030. So that is just a little under 8 years now. And unfortunately, if that landfill fills capacity, well, there's not really a throwaway kind of mentality. I mean, all that waste has to go somewhere. So we might have to develop a new landfill or export it further out, which we really don't want to do. But we're going to look at ways that we can cut down on that waste, because we found out that in an audit, about 40% of the waste in those landfills were organics or green waste somehow. That means 40% of our food is going to waste. That accumulates to about 133 billion, with a B, pounds of waste. So in a family of 4, that's a $2,000 annual loss. I don't know about you, but especially in this economy, $2,000 is not something I want to part with that easily. But don't worry, we've got tips and tricks to help you out. Now, of course, I'm always about multi-use, so if you're using some of your food for multi-different dishes, like let's say if I'm roasting some veggies here, well, I could save those food scraps to make a scrap veggie pesto. Or, of course, if you save those odds and ends, let's say the end of a carrot, some onions, some odds and ends of your herbs, you can easily make a veggie stock as well. It's going to be a lot healthier for you, less sodium, save you a couple bucks at the store. Any meat that you're going to cook with, you want to save those bones too. Get some all-natural beef broth or bone broth going. Get some extra flavor in some of those recipes you might be making. Of course, you might have some stale bread. You don't want to toss that away. You can make some croutons with it, some stuffing, and of course, any potato dishes. If you peel the skin off, you can easily toss that in your air fryer or bake with it to make a nice little treat for yourself. But of course, we are entering the spooky season. Or, we might be thinking about Halloween, Thanksgiving coming up. We got those pumpkins. We got to do something with that. Well, there's plenty of options available too. You could roast the flesh of your pumpkins, turn it into a nice little puree, add it to soups or smoothies. Of course, a very easy hack is just to take those seeds, roast them right up. You got a little snack on the go for you. If you want to think outside the box, I've seen a lot of creativity here at this event. So you can make your very own biodegradable planter. Just want to drill a hole in the bottom of that pumpkin, fill it with some soil. That way the water can drain out, and you can add in your seasonal florals, your herbs, your whatever flowers you want to add in there. Or you can even fill it or sprinkle birdseed on there. The birds will not only enjoy the seed that you provide for them, but they will also enjoy that pumpkin as well. But we can think here on our side too, if you're getting ready to, compost it, that's a great option, of course, composting in those green waste bins. Hopefully several of you have those available to you. To make it a little easier for you, you can cut those slices up smaller. That way it's compost a little quicker. And big pro tip with those pumpkins, remove the seeds before you toss them in the compost. Otherwise, you are going to get a very cute baby pumpkin surprise next time you go to toss out the compost. But there's all sorts of things we can toss in that green waste bin. In fact, if you stop by our booth, we actually have a flyer about it. SB 1383 was just passed, so that's making sure that all of our residents here throughout San Diego County have some sort of organic waste some way, somehow. Again, Ramona, you're doing a great job with those green waste bins. Very awesome job. Love to see that. So things that can go in there, I always advise that you do check with your waste provider just to make sure. But several common items that can go in there: meats, dairies, cheeses, eggshells, yard scraps, untreated wood, popsicle sticks, paper napkins, tissues, cotton balls. All those are acceptable to go in there. And if you forget every one of those things that I just mentioned, a great reminder is, if it grows, it goes. That is your easy tip reminder. If it grows, it goes. Things that cannot go in there are any compostable or biodegradable plastics. Carla and I actually got to take a tour of the EDCO facility out in Encinitas. They told us that plastic just doesn't, it turns into this weird green sludge that can't go into any of the post-consumer products. So that's a little tip for when you're throwing stuff away. Also, any fabrics as well. Fabrics, they might have different textiles, might have some synthetics in there. But fear not, we do have a resource at our table, wastefreesd.org. Again, that website, wastefreesd.org. You just take whatever item you have there, plug in your zip code. They have a facility to help drop it off anywhere you might need it. So those are just some examples that cannot go in your green waste bin. Now, hopefully, maybe you guys are doing the composting at home, but you're thinking to yourself, Kit, I don't know, we're getting a lot of pests, it's kind of stinky. What am I going to do to avoid that smell, to avoid all that grossness? Well, there's plenty of options still. In your green waste bin, I always like to think of it as like the lasagna kind of thing. You do a little bit of layering. Maybe you have some shredded paper or some old newspapers. Put a layer of that down, maybe some yard work, some sticks, some leaves, then toss your compost on top of that. That's going to help mitigate that smell. If you do have a backyard composter, maybe you're getting some unwanted pests showing up, you can add a little bit of vinegar on there, some chilies, or really strong smelling spices like cinnamon. Those are going to help deter those pests. If you do vermicompost, let's say you have those little earthworms or roly-polies in there, don't worry, they're not going to get affected. They'll just go to another area of that compost, so they don't have to be bothered. If they don't want it, they're just not going to eat it. And of course, for the green waste bin, you can always bungee cord that shut, or if it's on the side or front of your property, having some motion lights there to kind of get those pests away. Easy, quick little installments. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could stay up here all day long and talk to you about all this cool information, but unfortunately, my time is just about up. Can you believe it? Already here and gone. But we're going to be here over at our booth. It's the big giant orange tent. You cannot miss us. We'll be over there with our swap and shop. We have free resource available to come and talk to us, so please stop on by. Again, my name is Kit, joined by Miss Carla. She's over there with our waste recovery team. Swing on by. My friends, have yourself a fantastic rest of the day. Thank you so much.